Before we get started, can we just take a moment to appreciate my little kitty cat? She's the cutest thing in the world. Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me using a bunch of my recent, current favorites, whatever you wanna say. I'm just gonna jump in because I am really good at talking and I can already anticipate this will be forever long video. So that was not English. I'm gonna start with the MAC Strobe Cream. This is just in the original shade, just to add a little moisture into my skin, just make it a little bit dewy. Also, yes, I did get bangs recently. I love them. So I'm not gonna put makeup underneath them. I've done that. I got them a week ago and I've done that like most days and I just feel like it makes my bangs real greasy. If you have bangs, let me know what you do. I used to have bangs, but at the time that I had them, I didn't really wear makeup, so it's been a while. For foundation today, I'm gonna be going in with this Too Faced. This is the new peach one. I got a sample and this is the shade Vanilla. I think it's the second lightest shade. It smells like peaches. I don't know what any of the other peach stuff smells like. But anyway, I made sure to put something on moisturizing underneath because this is a pretty matte foundation. I do like this one a lot. I feel like it does last pretty well. I still haven't been able to find anything that like totally doesn't move on my nose. But I'm almost done with this sample and I do like this foundation, so I don't know. Maybe I give it another shot. I'm also going to just use a touch of Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray on my sponge. I've been loving this also. I feel like this just kind of helps to like make everything last a little bit longer. That could just be in my head, but anyway. All right, so I lied. Just for the sake of color, I'm gonna take this like a tiny bit on my forehead, not too much. I'm gonna mix a couple of concealers just because I can't help myself. I'm gonna take I'm going to take these Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. This is in shade Light, I believe. I'm just gonna take that. Oh my god, there's a hair on it. That's disgusting. A little bit under the eyes. I don't love how this looks under the eyes, but I want to take it around the nose as well, just to add a little extra coverage on the chin. I did have some acne, not acne, but like some little bumps going on. And then just to kind of fix the color and add a little coverage, I'm gonna add some Shape Tape Concealer by Tarte. I'm almost out of this stuff. I don't know if I'll repurchase because it's good. It's just kind of heavy and I don't love that. I'm actually thinking about going back to the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I really liked that. After hating it, I ended up really loving that. Lastly, I'm just gonna add some MAC Prep and Prime to my eyelids because I will be wearing eyeshadow today. This is my favorite eye primer ever. I feel like I do need to put it on before I use any powder because I feel like when I do put it on after powder, sometimes you can see a line where the primer ends on my eyelid, and that's not cool, so I slap this on before powders. All right, this is just getting super boring, but I still love the RCMA No Color Powder. Look how much is left because I spilled most of the bottle when I traveled for work in the hotel bathroom. Pretty sure it looked like I was doing a lot of drugs in there because I spilled like somehow like the entire container and it was all over the floor. I had to try to clean it up. It was a huge mess. So if they came out with better packaging, and I don't know if they have, I haven't looked in a while, but if they have better packaging for this powder, I'll definitely get it again. I just think that this packaging kind of sucks. It always makes a mess. Like I can guarantee you that there's so much powder. Yeah, it's like everywhere right now. I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush too, just to put that on my cheekies, just so that everything blends much nicer. A little bit under the forehead too. I'm gonna make sure to powder that really well. I have found that with bangs, dry shampoo has like always been my best friend, but especially with bangs, I just feel like it's so important. And I've been like brushing them all the time to make them look nicer. The rest of my hair is still wet because I'm just trying to let it air dry a little bit. I feel like I've been blow drying it a lot. Okay, anyways, time to stop babbling. Next, I'm going to add some shape to my eyebrows, even though you can't like totally see them, which is one of the greatest things about bangs. My eyebrows are a mess, but you never know. I'm gonna take the Anastasia Dip Brow. I've been loving this stuff recently. This is in medium brown. I just spent like 8 years looking for my XO Beauty brush. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm just gonna use a spoolie, and then this is by NYX, I think, this little brush. So it's just an angled brush. And all I do is just kind of like outline my brows and then lightly fill them in. Then I just cover them up with my bangs so you can't see them anymore. I'm gonna do my face first just to switch it up. I'm gonna use this Tarte bronzer in Park Ave Princess just on a big fluffy brush. I'm not totally in love with this brush for bronzing, so if you guys have any recommendations, I will certainly take them. but I'm just gonna kind of pop that on the cheeks to add some life back into the face. Next, I'm taking this blush, the Clinique Cheek Pop in Fig Pop. I have been loving this blush. It's kind of my perfect blush color. It's like a little pinky, but it's not like bright Barbie pink. It's a little bit more natural. And finally, I have been loving this. This is the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter, and this is in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. These are awesome. So this side is a little bit lighter, and then this side is like way more poppy. It like pops more. I don't know if any of that makes sense. But it actually feels a little glittery, but it looks beautiful in pictures. So what I'm gonna do is just take this lighter shade, or not the lighter shade, but just the more like toned down shade, and just pop that on the cheeks. It kind of has like a wet look, and it's really, really soft. It's a beautiful shade. It's perfect for somebody with fair skin like me. The highlighter in Trophy Wife would look ridiculous on me. It's like that really bright yellow. That would absolutely not work for me. Okay, so I have two current eyeshadow palette favorites. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and then this is the Tarte in Bloom palette. I think I'm gonna pull from each of these to create an eye look today, because I find that the Jaclyn Hill palette doesn't have good like transition shades in it for lighter skin tones. It has pretty much everything else though. So what I'm going to do to start is just mix Flowerchild and Smarty Pants. And I'm gonna use those shades to kind of set down the primer, which I already kind of did, but just add a little dimension too into the crease. The Jaclyn Hill palette does have some transition shades, but I like the ones in this palette a little bit better. This is an extremely powdery palette. Like every time I use it, it's just like powder everywhere. But they blend so nicely that I will never stop using them. So I'm not being too precise, just kind of slapping those colors on, and that just quickly adds like a little bit of dimension to the eye. Now I'm sure you've definitely already seen this palette, but I just sometimes can't get over how beautiful it is. It is an absolutely stunning palette. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this bronzy shade right here. I'm gonna grab it on my finger and pop that on my eye. I find that everything in this palette is like a little reddy toned. It is very, very warm. So if you like cool tones, you're probably not going to like this palette very much. I'm just gonna grab my blending brush from before and just kind of soften the edges on that. And then what I've really been liking doing is grabbing this shade up here. It's like a pinky gold color, kind of has a shift to it. And I like to take that and just kind of pop it on the center of my lid. It looks amazing layered. It just adds this like really glossy effect to the eye. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I love the way that it pops on the eyes. Again, just grabbing my blending brush, and I'm just gonna grab a color to kind of darken the outer edge. I'm gonna grab this one down here. I don't have the names because they're all written on a separate sheet. They're not on the palette, so I'm really sorry, but I will list them down below in the description box. To finish off the eyes, I'm gonna go back to my Fenty Beauty highlighter, grab that less intense shade and use that as an inner corner highlight. Just kind of tie the whole face together. Next, I'm going to take this eyeliner. This is by Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade Wouldn't You Know. I'm just gonna take that and go on my lower lash line and also tight line a little bit with this, so just pop it up here. And then put it on the waterline, as well as on the lash line, because I'm going to take a shadow and smoke that out. I see I have a little bit of fallout, so because we already powdered, I can just sweep that away easily with a brush. I'm going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and taking that shade we used to deepen up the outer corner. Just going to take that and run it along the lower lash line here just to smoke out the liner. Definitely need a mirror for this part. For mascara today, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. I just got some mascara on my face, so I'm just gonna let that dry. And while we do, I'm gonna move on to the lips. I have been loving this lip color, so I'm just trying to dig it out. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. This is in the shade Embrace. What I'm gonna do first is just take a little bit of this NYX liner in Natural. I just feel like this lip color can be like a tiny bit patchy, so I'm just gonna give it as much help as I can. I'm just gonna throw this lip color over top. My lips are a tiny bit dry, so this is probably not the best lip color option. Oh yeah, they look real dry. So in the pictures, just remember that I have to exfoliate my lips. To take that mascara off, I'm just grabbing a Q-tip and rolling it away. Should come off pretty easily. And finally, to set everything in place, I'm taking my Urban Decay again. I'm just gonna cover up my bangs. And this is the completed look, so I hope you guys enjoy my recent favorites all over my face. If you have anything that you want me to try, definitely leave it down below. I'll list everything in the description box. Head over to my website, AmberRaeBeauty.com, or I'm over on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. I'll leave all the links down below. See you guys in my next one. Bye.